de télévision et une radio, dont A2itv, A2itv Religion, A2itv Neja, A2itv Music et la radio. A2itv Média, chez vous et pour vous.
Ladies and gentlemen, Interface Gambia TV is back again to recognize the fantastic work by professionally and hardworking individuals. Friday, 20th of June 2019, we will begin with an award night and a welcoming canopy dinner dance from 8 p.m. till 1 a.m. live at King George, 713 Eastern Avenue, Ilford, London, IG2 73H. Please be there on time. We are going to recognize and create platforms within our society and give opportunity to upcoming young people. Saturday, 29 June, UK's Gambian Fashion Runway Show live at the King George 713 Eastern Avenue, 7RH with Gambian's top fashion designers and a welcoming cocktail refreshments. Come and support. See for yourself. Elegant fashion and designs from the smiling coast of Africa, 8 p.m. till 1 a.m. Sunday, 30th fashion exhibition with all the top designers and kids from Day Bouncy Castle, face painting and food stalls at the Bowling Barking Road, London, E6, 1PW from 3 p.m. till 10 p.m. It's just a one ticket for all events. People over 25 years, £35. Under 25, £25. Those under 15, only £15. These tickets are only available online for now and the offer ends May 28. For more info, please visit www.ukgambianfwe.co.uk. It's a red carpet door with a welcoming canopy. For table booking, please contact Ticket Box Office 0208 998 1007 or 07538 103 379. Interface TV. With us, the Gambia Chikau Chikanam Rek. This event is powered by Gambia High Commission London, Gam Design, Small Wall Money Transfer, The Pregame Hotel, Northern Garden Services, Mr. Jamil Trawale, Jollof Flavors, Juve Hair Beauty Salon, IKEA Resource, Mr. Young's Dabo, Jesse Event, Global Properties, and Suma Africa Online Newspaper.
You can be me when you look this clean. I'm a classic man.
Hello and welcome to Hallie Joklen. I'm Kine.
I'm Mariama.
And today we're here with a former professional football player and his business partner. We've got Cherno Samba and Festus Asante. How are you guys?
Good.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Good to be here.
So just to get started, Cherno, just a quick question about you first coming over to this country, because you were born in Gambia, right?
Yeah, I was born in Gambia.
Perfect. So how was that for you?
It was an eye-opener. I remember when I was coming down, my mom gave me this long overall jacket that came all the way down to my legs, and I was just, happy that I was coming to see my mom and my brother at the time. So all I can remember was when I came out of the airport, I just saw my mum and I just ran up to her straight away. So yeah.
Did you come in the winter? Because I feel like
Everyone comes in the winter, yeah.
It must have been because she gave me this overall jacket that, you know, came all the way to my ankle. So, yeah.
And what was the adjustment like from being a child in Gambia? I'm sure you were just like free, able to go out and play with.
Yeah, where we lived, there was a big field, and I just, you know, stay there and just play football for hours. So that's what I can remember, to be honest. And obviously I came here at a young age.
Up in a flat.
Coming from, you know, you're always out there on the field and stuff. Coming here is cold and a little bit, you know, but it's part and parcel of life.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
And what was it like growing up in South London?
It was rough at the time. When we first came, we lived in Watford for about probably a month, and then my dad had a good job in London, so we had to come back. I remember coming back here, I was crying on the car because I already made friends, and I just started school then, and you know, but it was coming to London. So when I came to South East, we came to Peckham. It was really, you know, it was hostile at the time. Yeah, definitely.
And is that where you guys met in Peckham? Or?
That's what that's my best friend. Yeah.
So what was it like for you growing up in Peckham, Professor?
So my family grew up in Streatham at first, and we moved to Camberwell, Peckham when we were about 10 or 11, so it's like secondary school. It's a big shift because like Streatham's the suburbs and it's kind of a bit slower kind of way of living. And when I went to school in Peckham in the 90s, and back then it was hostile. I had to adjust very quickly. Luckily I'm good with my mouth. Got me out of trouble a few times, got me in trouble as well. It was interesting.
And what was it like as young black boys growing up in your teen years?
On the estate that we grew up on was weird because we had a lot of there's a lot of ethnic minorities and a lot of working class white people, and even though we all coexisted, there was always this kind of weird energy with some of them. Yeah, with vibe from some of them. Some of them would be quite mean and nasty some of the time, with comments, and you just kind of got used to it. Some of them you kind of put hands on if it went too far, but overall, and they do things like damage like our parents' cars and stuff. Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, I've done that with Phil, my dad's car.
And my dad's as well. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine that. We grew up in Hackney, but I mean, my dad's window probably got smashed up.
Or something like that, yeah.
You know the weirdest thing? You say it so casually, but we accepted that, didn't we?
Yeah, we
it's
did.
like people damaging our property, even though we were trying to grow together. But I think a lot of the time they resented the fact that we were trying to grow and be better. I was happy just to kind of
Stuck in the same,
but we kind of just got used to it. That's all we knew, really. So.
And was it quite hard to stay out of trouble, like being from South London and everything?
Yeah, because the people that we always hang around with and play football with, and that, some of them were up to no good. You know, a lot of drugs and fights and all that stuff.
Like gang culture.
Gang culture sort of thing. But what helped me and him was I wanted to be a professional footballer. That was my aim, and that was my passion from day one. And with him, he was more into the education sort of route. So so we just studied. He also always studied the ship.
My dad was on my case. Because I think he could tell I was quite. Say ruffian's the right word, but I'd like to be out and about, but my dad made sure that like schoolwork came first. So as long as I got schoolwork, then I can go and play football.
Yeah, my dad was like that as well, but he was just in the end he just like this was my talent, so he just they just sort of support me. But my mum and my dad, they're both they're very strict and say you got to do your schoolwork first, but I just wanted to be a footballer.
And when was it the first time that you thought, I'm going to take this serious and try?
It was when we moved. Well, when we was in Watford, we had a game. We played a game, and I was playing for Watford. Sorry, my school team, and that's when it hit home. But I didn't really think of anything. So when we came to London, I had a game again for Oliver Goldsmith. And I think I was 10.
That was his primary school.
Yeah, that was my was my primary school, and I must have scored about 7 goals.
Wow.
Yeah, in the game, and then there was a guy called Harry who contacted my parents and said, "Look, this boy can play football." Yeah, and then that's when it started. And then that's when it started hitting home that look, you know,
This is what you want to do.
this is what I
Yeah.
wanna do, yeah, at the age of 10.
Wow. And then, so from there, do you like join local teams or?
Yeah, then from there I was playing for my school team, and then after I went to play for Harry, which was in Nottingham. It was a Sunday league football, and then I was just scoring goals left, right, and centre. And then that's when all the, you know, the professional clubs started taking notice, i.e. Charlton at the time, West Ham, and Millwall. But Millwall was closer to me, so we decided to, you know, to go with Millwall. And it was, I think it was about our 4 or 5 boys that were still playing. So Millwall came to Nottingham and said, look, we want all these 4 or 5 boys. So we just went and then never looked back.
How likely is it that kind of stuff even happens?
Yeah.
It's you know, it's what it is. For me, it was, at the time, Nottingham, we had the best youth team. It was 4 or 5 of us, and we just gelled together, good friends, and we just battering everything. So it just meant to be, put it that way.
And then, like, fast forward a little bit to your teen years when you are like you were playing for when you were 14.
Yeah,
is it?
yeah, playing for England.
For England.
Yeah. So I got scouted. So what happened was, I think it was about 30, 50 of us that we had to go on England trials, and so we went there. So these times I already signed for Millwall, and I remember when I was standing on, you know, it was me, a guy called David Bentley. He used to play for Arsenal. So we were just standing on the touchline, and everyone was playing. So I was getting scared. I'm like, they're not going to play us. Like, they're not going to pick us because everyone's playing. I remember his first thing was, he nudged me and said, look, they know what we can do. That's why we're standing there. We had the name on the team sheet, trust me. And it was right. So in the end, I found out that we were already picked. I was picked because of my runs. I was very good at my runs and, you know, coming deep, pick up the ball turn. And Bentley was Bentley, you know. So after that, I was only 14 and I got picked for England. And so I was playing a year above my age, which was, I was playing for the under 15s. And then throughout, yeah.
And how was that for you at the time? Like, how were you feeling?
It was good because I remember prior to that, I was watching the England game, and I was only, what, 13. I was watching on TV. So the first thing that came to my head was, I want to do what they're doing, and I want to be a professional footballer, and I want to play for England. These were my 2 goals that I had, that I set up for myself. And so when the call came and they wrote a letter to my mom, to my school, and to my club, you can imagine. Yeah, I was just, yeah, I was very happy, and obviously my parents were very happy for me as well. Yeah.
But is there like a kind of pressure as well at the same time? Would you say?
At that time, it wasn't. At that time, I was just happy that, you know, I got picked for England. Come on, you know, a kid from Gambia that just came in. So I was really happy. I was really happy, and yeah.
And what was it like at the time? Do you feel as if you had the support that you needed?
Yeah, because my parents, they were very strict, you know. My mom and dad, they were very strict in terms of your schoolwork. But I was a kid as well. Well, they know now by reading my book, but I was very good at home. But outside of the home, I was somebody else. You know, I was very rebellious. I just wanted to do what I wanted to do. But when I'm at home, I'm this shy kid that would do the chores, do the dishes, and all this stuff. So they were supportive in that sense, yeah, definitely. But I was just, half of the things they won't even know what I was up to.
Were you guys doing it together, half of these things?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Some of the things,
yeah, some of the things we're up to, yeah, sometimes.
But would they like come to your games and everything?
Oh yeah. They always come to my games. Yeah.
And then, so what was it like when you start being more recognised, like publicly, and more opportunities were coming?
Yeah,
it was quite crazy at that time.
Yes, yeah.
That's when the big clubs kind of came in for him. So obviously he's playing for England now, so his name's getting out there. He's scoring goals. There was that goal he scored on against, is it Northern Ireland?
Against Wales.
Wales, sorry.
Yeah.
Where he went along from the halfway line, and that was a good goal. And then I think Liverpool, Arsenal, Man U, and Leeds. Leeds at the time, they were huge club. They all came in for him. They wanted to, and he was what, 15?
Yeah.
At the time. and they all kind of wanted him to come up and have trials, not trials, but come and just have a look around the club and just pick one. It was crazy. At the time around the estate, it was chaos. We had reporters would be around. One time it was a helicopter.
A helicopter, wow.
Yeah, like a news helicopter, and it was mad. It was mad. It was a lot of attention.
What was it like having to deal with that at such a young age?
When I first played for England, it was against Northern Ireland. I didn't do that well. And my second game was against Wales, and that's when I got man of the match. I set up 2 goals and then scored a 1, so we won 3-1. And I was just doing my stuff. And then that's when, as you said, everything went mad. So when I went to Liverpool, United, Leeds and Arsenal, after I came back from Liverpool, because I remember these times, when I went to Liverpool, my parents were in Gambia at the time, they went on holiday. So when they found out what was going on, they just said to me, look, calm down, stay calm and whatever. So we're coming over, we're coming back. So, but it was crazy. It was absolutely mad. That's when the pressure started hitting. Yeah, that's when it started. I couldn't walk properly. I couldn't walk on the street because everything was on the television, on the newspapers, and Peckham's 1.5 million kid. So things changed for
a lot of money at the time.
And with that, like, how do you make a decision?
So
I'm sure there was like lots of offers. And
So I decided that I wanted to go with Liverpool because the fact that I wanted to go with Liverpool, I went to all those clubs, but Liverpool showed more interest. And I remember when Gerard Houllier, who was the manager at the time, asked me who was my favourite player, and it was Michael Owen. So I told him that it was Michael Owen, and they made sure that he called me when I got back and just spoke to me and just told me what he feels. It would be great for me to play with him at Liverpool, and I couldn't let Michael down, could I? So I just decided, even though I'm a Manchester United fan, so yeah, you can imagine. So, but United, Liverpool showed more interest, and it was nice. It was nice, and then I just decided I was going to go with Liverpool. And then what happened was we kept going back and forth until about 3-4 weeks. Then my dad one time called me from upstairs to the kitchen and said, look, I need to speak to you. So I came down in the kitchen, and then he said, look, have you noticed that your mum's not the best lately? So I said, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with her. She's not herself for the past couple of weeks. And he said, well, she's obviously disappointed for you because the deal's off, going to Liverpool. And I remember I was just devastated. Yeah, I was just dropped on the floor and just started crying. It was a bad time.
I think prior to that, though, the build-up was so immense. It was almost like it was inevitable. He's going to Liverpool. It was.
Hey guys, so we're just going for a quick break, but we'll be right back.
A date for your diary. Gambian Fashion and Exhibition Weekend. Designers are welcome to register interest. It's all about raising awareness of the fantastic work being done in our community.
Award night, fashion night and exhibition of top class only. This event is sponsored by Gam Designers UK.
Yo, this one for a blessed Gambia. The more we work together, the more we celebrate. The more we come together, the more we celebrate. Come on, let's get together. There's a place I love to be. The Gambia, the Gambia. Fun and so right by the beach. The Gambia, the Gambia. All this love, come share with me. The Gambia, the Gambia. Land of peace and prosperity. The Gambia, the Gambia. It's the only feeling that can make you strong. This is where you and I belong. Dance to the rhythm of the beautiful song. Come on.
There is a land not far away, where the sea meets the shore on a golden beach, where the river flows through the forest in 1,000 creeks, a place where people smile and say hello. Welcome to the Gambia, the smiling coast of Africa. The Gambia is the destination for a fabulous holiday. A love of nature is in the soul of the country. The many forests and parks teem with wildlife. Up in the trees, red and green monkeys gather and sometimes come down to play. Other natives of this forest are perhaps shy. If you love birdwatching, this is one of the best places in the world to see them. Over 560 species live in and migrate to our land. Organised tours with expert guides make it easy to spot some of the many rare species which abound in the forests. If it is luxurious surroundings and a warm welcome you're looking for, this is the perfect place. On the golden sands by the mighty ocean, our fabulous hotels offer everything modern travellers would expect. High quality, attention to detail, personal service and more. Imagine a private retreat buried deep in the forest. A special place to relax, recharge and get in touch with our culture and nature. So go discover the smiling coast of Africa.
Ladies and gentlemen, Interface Gambia TV is back again to recognize the fantastic work by professionally and hardworking individuals. Friday, 20th of June 2019, we will begin with an award night and a welcoming canopy dinner dance from 8 p.m. till 1 a.m. live at King George, 713 Eastern Avenue, Ilford, London, IG2 73H. Please be there on time. We are going to recognize and create platforms within our society and give opportunity to upcoming young people. Saturday, 29 June, UK's Gambian Fashion Runway Show live at the King George 713 Eastern Avenue, 7RH with Gambian's top fashion designers and a welcoming cocktail refreshment. Come and support. See for yourself. Elegant fashion and designs from the smiling coast of Africa, 8 p.m. till 1 a.m. Sunday, 30th fashion exhibition with all the top designers and kids from Day Bouncy Castle, face painting and food stalls at the Bowling Barking Road, London, E6, 1PW from 3 p.m. till 10 p.m. It's just a one ticket for all events. People over 25 years, £35. Under 25, £25. Those under 15, only £15. These tickets are only available online for now and the offer ends May 28. For more info, please visit www.ukgambianfwe.co.uk. It's a red carpet door with a welcoming canopy. For table booking, please contact Ticket Box Office 0208 998 1007 or 07538 103 379. Interface TV. With us, the Gambia Chikau Chikanam Rek. This event is powered by Gambia High Commission London, Gam Design, Small Wall Money Transfer, The Pregame Hotel, Northern Garden Services, Mr. Jamil Trawale, Jollof Flavors, Juve Hair Beauty Salon, IKEA Resource, Mr. Young's Dabo, Jesse Event, Global Properties, and Suma Africa Online Newspaper.
Welcome back from the break, guys. We're still here with Festus and Chenna talking about his journey in football.
Pretty much told that's where he's going. Yeah. So all the press was saying it, all the the football people, and in football they kind of tell you what you want to hear. Mm-hmm. It's always that. Remember, he's young and he's being told you are going here. Mm-hmm. This is what's happening. And then to be told you're not going, that really
I couldn't comprehend it. But something bizarre happened while I was there. I was only 15, and I thought to myself, while I'm crying, I'm thinking, I don't know why I thought about this. And I said, look, I don't want nothing to do with football. I've quit. I'm not going to play football again. However, if I was to go back to football, I want to make sure that after football, I'm secured financially for myself and my family. That was why I thought about it at that age. I don't know. But that came. And I thought, if I finish football, I want to make sure that I'm secured financially and my family. That's all I cared about. And thank God, you were
able to do it.
Yeah, to be able to do it. So, then after that, things changed for me. I didn't enjoy the football, so I stopped playing for 6 months after that. Yeah, I said I didn't want nothing to do with it. So he kept talking to me and saying, look, this is your talent, you got to go back. And my mom and dad said, look, we have to sort something out because you have to go back. This is your God's-given talent. So in the end, we spoke to Millwall, and then I went back. Yeah.
But it's different when he went back.
It wasn't the same, I can imagine.
The love isn't there.
Yeah.
You know, he's doing it as a job.
Yeah.
And the other side of it, which I guess is covered more in the story, but like Millwall at the time, because he wanted to leave, and the way he wanted to leave was like, I'm going. You know, and it wasn't managed well enough. And I think when you have people around, adults, I guess, because at the time he was a child, the adults around the situation, I don't think handled it in a way that was productive for him. So, I wouldn't say burning bridges, but it was this level, it was this kind of, I'm moving on from it, and it wasn't done in the right way. So when he now came back, the energy was different from the club, and there some dark times, some individuals over there, and so it just became mature, I think. And
just at work.
You didn't enjoy it as much.
I feel like I loved the game very early.
So then coming back to it, how did you regain that kind of...
So I stayed there until I was 19, and then a club in Spain called Cadiz, they came in for me. They knew about my story, so they got me over there, and then they gave me a four-year contract. 4-year contract, and then so I thought, wow, Spain in La Liga, great weather, great food, what more do you want? But when I went there, they got me a house, you know, overseeing the beach, and it was unbelievable. It was beautiful. Getting paid very well at that age, and so what more do you want? But I was isolated. I was lonely. I felt in myself that I failed in my own country, so that's why I had to shift out to Spain,
to another country.
And I kept thinking about the deal in Liverpool because I didn't recover from this. So I just kept thinking about it. What could have been? What could have been? What could have been? So it was constant in my head.
Yeah. So because you were there this whole time, so how did you find being a support system as your best friend?
It was at the time, because we kind of, so when he first got to Spain, he was really excited and it was great. And I wasn't I don't know what I was doing at the time, mate. What was I?
He just had a job offer, and what happened was we fell out a little bit because he was the only one that would tell me what the truth, and everyone else, all my other friends and everyone else, they'd tell me what I wanted to hear because they didn't want to upset me for whatever they want to gain from me. I was sponsored by Nike, and every single one of them would ask me for trainers, boots, T-shirt, shorts, and he's the only one that never asked me for nothing. And I used to always tell him, look, let's go night time, I can get you stuff. I can just go there, and then the shop's open for me, and they'll have to shop the shop for me to get whatever I want. So just come, let's go. He didn't want nothing. So when he's telling me the truth, I didn't want to hear it. I'm like, shut up, I don't want to hear it.
I was a hater.
You know, so we fell out for about a few months, and in that period of that few months, that's when I just went to Spain. But then after we
so I think I saw him just before you left. Because it was a dark time for him, because I think he just left Millwall, and it's like, I guess the part you're missing out is not many clubs in the UK. They kind of blackballed him a bit, because bearing in mind the Liverpool deal didn't work out, so he's back at Millwall. Attitude's not great. The relationship with the club's not amazing. So they've made sure they've told other clubs, look, this China boy don't touch it. It's trouble. So at that time he's still playing for England. This is weird. He's still playing for England, so you're playing at the highest level, but no club will come in for you. It's very weird. But in Europe it's a very different kettle of fish, and European clubs they just move much more fluidly. So when he went to Spain, at first it was difficult for him. He loved it at first, don't get me wrong, but it's difficult for him because he's, like he said, he's isolated. There's no one to talk to. His mobile bill was insane. It was my best friend. It was insane.
My mobile every month, it was crazy. It's more than £1,000 a month.
Insane.
I was just on it constant.
You have to remember, when you you're either at training or you're playing a game, so you've got loads of time on you. So just be on the phone, calling whoever. And I couldn't really get out there at first. I think I just either took a new job or I can't remember, something had come up. And obviously you had your...
Yeah, so after that, it was just eating me away. It was just eating me. I just kept thinking about the Liverpool deal. Why didn't it happen? Why didn't it happen? Why didn't it happen? So, and bear in mind, I'm looking at players in the Premiership that are playing week in, week out, that they're my substitutes for the England national team, but they're playing in the Premiership. So I'm like, what's happening here? So what I used to do, I was depressed. I was really depressed, and I used to take some tablets from the club. I just wanted to end my life because I thought, I can't deal with this anymore. I can't. And then one day, I took so many tablets, and the guy that used to pick me up to go training, he came and obviously knocked on the. He normally called my phone for me to come down, but he called me and no one answered. No, I didn't pick up. So he goes, "This is not normal. This is not Cherno, because normally as soon as he calls, I'm downstairs." So he goes, "There's something's going on." So he kept calling, nothing. So we came upstairs, knocked on the door, no one answered the door. Obviously, I'm lying there. And so he said, "Nah, this is not normal." So he phoned the club and said, "Look, I'm trying to get Cherno, blah, blah, blah." So he just brought the door. And then, called it faith. And he just found me lying there. So he called the paramedics and all that stuff. So I woke up in hospital, but I hated myself. I'm like, this is not me. I'm very chirpy. I'm very fun guy. I'm very happy. And this is so many kids' lives, dreams that we want to be. Why am I doing something like this? And, with my faith as well. So I hated myself, and I said, nah, I've got to sort myself out and then dust myself. And because I'm a strong character anyway, it's just moved on from me. Moved on.
I think after that, he called me, and see, I didn't know about the incident. In fact, I didn't know about this until he wrote the book.
Oh wow!
Nobody knew.
He didn't tell anyone. Well, I remember he called me. He was like, "Look, Fest, from now on, I need you to come out here regularly." Like, I'm like, "Yeah, I've already told you I'm coming." I go, no, I mean regularly. I didn't think anything of it at the time, but then I'd come every
2-3 weeks.
Yeah, we're out there regularly. So it'd be me, some other boys would come as well. We just have fun. It became my second home. So that helped him, I guess, to adjust and kind of just acclimatise a bit more to the area.
Would you say this is common with like a lot of young guys that have to leave home and leave everything they know to go to another country, be isolated and alone?
It can be, I don't, for me, I did it when I was doing it. I was one of the first English players that actually did that. Okay. So when I went there, the likes of David Beckham, Michael Owen, they were there. They were playing in Spain. But for a young kid, it's very difficult. They don't like to go and play in Europe or whatever. But I did it at the age of 19. So, but it can be, it can be very, very isolated if you don't have this.
You got to think of the contrast of growing up in an African household where you guys wish know how it is, where every other day there's 100 people in your house, like, in and out, aunties, uncles, cousins. There's always, to an extent where even being in your own bedroom,
it's a problem. It's a bit of a problem,
But that's normal for us. Do you know what I mean? And like, or going to someone's house, knocking on the auntie's door, getting some food. Going from that to being alone. So even when you were in all that noise, you want, I wish I was by myself. Well, you've got it. And not only are you by yourself, you're black. And only you're black, they're speaking Spanish. And you're just looking at them.
Yeah, because you learned to speak Spanish.
And because of that, I had to learn the language. I told the club, I said, look, I need a tutor. So they put that in my contract that I had to have a tutor that will teach me the language, and I learned it in 8 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was weird. When one time all of us went over, there was about 3 or 4 guys who went over there, and we were in a cab, and he's talking over to the cab driver in Spanish. I swear, we thought he was messing up. So I said, look, don't mock this guy, because he's driving us somewhere, innit? Like, if you mock him, you can leave him somewhere. And the guy's talking back to him, and we're like, I think he's speaking Spanish. Proper shocked us. Even to this day, he can still hold it down and speak.
Oh, amazing.
So then did that kind of help them, you being able to speak the language? Did it kind of bring you more back to...
That helped me a lot, because when I was playing as well, my teammates and the manager, so the manager would speak in Spanish, and there was a guy who would translate to me, but his English was not the best. He would just say, I'm having to do it. So I had to force myself to learn the language, and that really helped because I could understand what the players are saying, and more importantly, the manager. So it took me 8 months. So it was good.
That's amazing.
We're just going to go on a quick break, but we'll be right back with Festus and Channel.
There is a land not far away where the sea meets the shore on a golden beach, where the river flows through the forest in 1,000 creeks, a place where people smile and say hello. Welcome to the Gambia, the smiling coast of Africa. The Gambia is the destination for a fabulous holiday. A love of nature is in the soul of the country. The many forests and parks teem with wildlife. Up in the trees, red and green monkeys gather and sometimes come down to play. Other natives of this forest are perhaps shy. If you love birdwatching, this is one of the best places in the world to see them. Over 560 species live in and migrate to our land. Organised tours with expert guides make it easy to spot some of the many rare species which abound in the forests. If it is luxurious surroundings and a warm welcome you're looking for, this is the perfect place. On the golden sands by the mighty ocean, our fabulous hotels offer everything modern travellers would expect. High quality, attention to detail, personal service and more. Imagine a private retreat buried deep in the forest. A special place to relax, recharge and get in touch with our culture and nature. So go discover the smiling coast of Africa.
A date for your diary. Gambian Fashion and Exhibition Weekend. Designers are welcome to register interest. It's all about raising awareness of the fantastic work being done in our community.
Award night, fashion night and exhibition of top class only. This event is sponsored by Gam Designers UK.
Yo, this one for a blessed Gambia. The more we work together, the more we celebrate. The more we come together, the more we celebrate. Come on, let's get together. There's a place I love to be. The Gambia, the Gambia. Fun and so right by the beach. The Gambia, the Gambia. All this love, come share with me. The Gambia, the Gambia. And prosperity. The Gambia, the Gambia is the only feeling that can make you strong. This is where you and I belong. Dance to the rhythm of the beautiful song.
Ladies and gentlemen, Interface Gambia TV is back again to recognize the fantastic work by professionally and hardworking individuals. Friday, 20th of June 2019, we will begin with an award night and a welcoming canopy, dinner dance from 8 p.m. till 1 a.m. live at King George, 713 Eastern Avenue, Ilford, London, IG2 73H. Please be there on time. We are going to recognize and create platforms within our society and give opportunity to upcoming young people. Saturday, 29 June, UK's Gambian Fashion Runway Show live at the King George Coach 713 Eastern Avenue. 7RH with Gambian's top fashion designers and a welcoming cocktail refreshment. Come and support. See for yourself. Elegant fashion and designs from the smiling coast of Africa. 8 p.m. till 1 a.m. Sunday, 30th fashion exhibition with all the top designers and kids from Day Bouncy Castle, face painting and food stalls at the Bowling Back in Road, London. E6 1PW from 3 p.m. till 10 p.m. It's just a one ticket for all events. People over 25 years, £35. Under 25, £25. Those under 15, only £15. These tickets are only available online for now, and the offer ends May 28. For more info, please visit www.ukgambianfwe.co.uk. It's a red carpet door with a welcoming canopy. For table booking, please contact Ticket Box Office 0208 998 1007 or 07538 103 379. Interface TV. With us, the Gambia Chikau Chikanam Rec. This event is powered by Gambia High Commission London, Gam Design, Small Wall Money Transfer, the Pregame Hotel, Northern Garden Services, Mr. Jamil Trawale, Jollof Flavors, Juve Hair Beauty Salon, iCare Resource, Mr. Young's Dabo, Jesse Event, Global Properties, and Suma Africa Online Newspaper.
You can be me when you look this clean. I'm a classic.
Welcome back from the break. We're still here with Festus and Channel to get a tutor, and also they were giving you like medication. So sounds like the team was very, very supportive of you.
They were very supportive. They were very, very, very supportive. Yeah, definitely. You know, after when my incident happened, I came home for about a couple of weeks. You know, I had 3 weeks, and normally that doesn't, you know, doesn't happen. So yeah,
I think they were also, as well, encouraging you to kind of bring your missus over as well.
Yeah. So at the time, I had a girlfriend. So they were forcing me, not forcing me, but to encouraging me to settle down. Really.
So I don't think wanted you to take any more pills. Get someone over.
So I called my mom and I called my dad, and my mom was like, I remember, and I never think my mom was like, married. And I'm like, well, she needs to come over. Like, and then so my mom and dad were very supportive. I said, right, let's get this sorted quicker. And then I got married to her, and now we've got 2 kids together, and we're still going.
And like, you talk about how supportive your parents were, because I feel like a lot of our parents, because it's a thing where there's so many little boys that are like, I want to be a footballer. So how important was it in your journey that your parents were so supportive of that journey?
The thing with my dad was he's a very intelligent man, very intelligent, and he always, right, you can play football, but just think about the education side of it as well. Even though all I wanted to do was playing football, but he would always remind me, look, homework, what are you gonna, you know, all that stuff. So he was balanced with what I was doing. Now, what I would say to these young kids that want to play football and stuff, don't forget your education. It's vital. It's very, very important, because not everyone makes it. And I was fortunate to make it, but not everyone makes it. Out of 10 players, probably one or two.
That's even worse than that.
Yeah, and it can be worse than that.
Every 100,
you know, every 100 there's only few. So, but everyone, I see people now that, you know, I get so many phone calls, it's beyond belief, where my son plays football, can you help him? And I'm like, just let him do what he's doing. And if he's meant to be a footballer, he'll meant to be a footballer. I don't have to take a kid to go and take him to a club. The beauty about football is, even if you're playing in the park, you'll get spotted. That's the beauty. I don't have to take a kid and take them and put them into a club, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to force them. You understand? I got scouted by playing for my Sunday league football club.
And the factors that are involved in you succeeding aren't what you think. Some people think, because I can do 100 kick-ups and dribble the whole team, I'm going to make it. It's not that straightforward. Where we grew up,
we had players.
Majority of the boys were ballers.
They were great players.
You just thought they're going to make it. But there's so many things that are, you know, again, his parents were extremely supportive. You have to know that if your child is good at something, you have to back them. And you know, with our culture, like, education comes first no matter what. Even if your son is golden at football, go read your book. So that was, I guess, my own kind of struggle because I loved playing football, but my dad was on my case.
He was good as well, by the way.
Yeah.
He was good.
So my dad was always on my case. So because of that, and I enjoyed learning. And I think I made a decision at one point. I think we sat down one day, it's like, you know, bro, football's your thing. And whilst I love playing football, it doesn't mean as much to me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And he realised that early doors. Now, there's not many people who realise that.
And I think it's that living your truth. Like, you know, I love playing football, but
realistically, maybe.
I'm not.
You're not cut out for it, yeah.
I can see myself making money in other ways, and I think that's what helped it up with our friendship. When he's going to Nike Town and saying, "Come, let's go," I'm like, "Why? Come get some trainers. I've got trainers. I can buy them. I've got money. It's all right." And like 10, 15 boys are falling out to Oxford. Half these boys don't even know. And it was weird. I think that's how we used to fall out when we fell out. Because I say to him, "These boys, they're not for you. They're not for you."
But it's vital to have that one person in your life.
Oh yeah.
That is always going to tell you the truth.
And it worked out perfect. Now, you know, we're best friends, and we've got so many businesses that we do together, and financially we're stable. So thank God.
And the same boy. You know what's funny? When it got dark for him before he went to Spain, because there was a period of time he was looking for a club up in the UK to try and play, in England, sorry, to try and play for. And all those friends that were about, come find them.
Yeah,
friends.
Always.
Like literally.
Yeah, friends.
I remember I used to get home from, say, uni or whatever, and on the estate there'd be enough people. Like, just, but who are these people? Be like, who are they? No, this is my boy from da-da-da, and this is da-da-da, and they're excited. Yeah, Jenna, listen, I'll come back here after, we're gonna go here. And I'm like, and the thing is, you know, you can always tell. And it's not even rocket science, you could just tell. But I guess from his point of view, the whole world is telling you you're great. He's not gonna like that. Like, you can't really, and he's young. Like, you can't fault him for that. But me, I'm like, nah. And the thing is, sometimes I could overhear people talking about things when he wasn't there. Be like, oh, bro, ask him. Ask him. Find out what day he's going. And little things like that. And like, what's all that? Don't tell him, bro, these breads are not for you.
At all.
Because you're here, you know what you're talking about. Go find them and see and tell me how it's going. But then,
it's a part of life, isn't it?
Yeah, you live and you learn, don't you? Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's important to actually go through the downfall, because it's true, you find out who really is there for you and what kind of...
And you learn a lot
when they pop up in later years, it's very funny. very funny.
You know, I've been battered and stamped and all the disappointments and stuff, and I couldn't be better equipped than anything. I've learned so much from my experience and stuff to put me in the position that I am today. And it's funny, we talk about it all the time. I'm saying some of them come and I'm thinking, Jesus, just stay away.
The glamour of football, people think that, well, don't get me wrong, there's some, the pros are amazing. You get great money and like all this like adulation from people, and it's great. But it can be a very lonely business when you get released from a club and you've got to go find a new club, and you kind of have this nomadic experience, like existence, where you're just kind of going around, and and sometimes you find yourself in a country where, like when you first got to Spain, because Spain's not the only country that you played in. You played in several countries in Europe, and sometimes it's really lonely. Yeah, you're getting loads of money, but
is it really worth it? But
then people will be on the other side, be like, "What are you talking about? You're getting thousands of pounds. Just chill." Like, it's not that.
It's not all about the money, is it?
It is. But it's hard to. Someone say that's rich people problems. It's relative, though, isn't it? And that's his problem that he's having. There's no one to speak to, or you know, you're in a country where they don't want to pass the ball to you in training. That they've talked among, or they're making weird racial kind of comments. You know.
How was that, trying to deal with the racism?
Yeah, that was tough. I remember in Spain they used to say this thing where before I knew how to speak the language, they used to say, "Don't pass it to the black kid. Don't pass it to the black kid."
They'd say that in Spanish.
They said it in Spanish. So when I learned the language, that's what forced me as well to learn, to know what's going on. So when I learned the language, one of the guys said it again and said, "Don't pass it to the black." This is me, and I replied to him saying, "No, pass it to the black." And after they just embraced it, you know. I didn't want to make it into a problem where it's going to affect me. You understand? Because sometimes you take certain negative things and turn it into positive. So instead of me moping myself or whatever, I said, right, I need to learn this language so that I know what they're saying. At least then they don't know who I am, and they got this black kid from England earning so much money, more than them. So he's gonna come and take our place, and these things happen.
Intimidation,
rivalry. So I took upon that and said, right, I want to make sure I fit in. So by learning the language, they said, don't pass it to the black kid, and I replied by saying, pass it to the black kid. And they loved it.
Yeah, you had to stop.
Loved it.
Remember that time? But now he'd learned the language, and we came over there, and someone said, what's you?
So what happened was they came down and went to the shop, and he Spanish negro is black, okay? So he was asking for something that was black, and then the shopkeeper said, oh, eso lo ve el negro. Like, just said something negro, and he went mad.
South London.
I'm here on holiday.
I said, no, negro means black. I had to stop him. I had to say, look, you calm down, negro means black. Like, are you sure? Negro in Spanish means black. So I had to calm him down. And so, but this is what I mean by learning the language. I didn't know it. It would have been an issue.
Got arrested.
Yeah, it would have been arrested.
Oh wow, that is actually so funny. But going to like football, we want to move it to Africa because obviously the Gambian team has still yet to qualify for anything. So sorry, but what would you say is holding us back?
How long do we have?
Like when you played for Gambia, what was it like?
There's a lot of things that's holding us back. A lot of things. It's a collective thing for me. Playing in England and being in the system since when I was a kid, and playing for the England national team all the way to the under-21s. The way we do things is backwards. You know, a lot of people I hear about, people talk about, it's the infrastructure, it's the GFA, which I've touched on before we came on live. It's the GFA and the people behind it and all that stuff. Yes, they have a part to play. And on all organizations, you got to share responsibilities. And the GFA and the people behind the Gambian football have a massive part to play in terms of the infrastructure, everything else. On the other hand, the players, us, I'll include myself, has a big part to play as well. We're the one that's on that pitch, not the GFA, not the supporters. And sometimes you have to get it in you to take it out, to be able to deliver. Now, I remember in my time, and this including me, I'm not saying anybody else, where it would be a camp and some of our girlfriends will come and see us. That's not right. That's not right as a professional. So, for example, I'll just give one example which I touched on earlier. We went to, when I was playing for England, we went to Tunisia, and when we went there, the pitch we were playing was poor, the food was not the best, the hotel was not the best, the bus, we had the delayance at the airport for about 3-4 hours, everything was just chaos. Now, England did that, the FA did that on purpose to see our reaction. So we went out and we beat Tunisia 3-1. So we produced with all those obstacles. So there's a reason why sometimes you have to overcome certain difficulties to get to where you want to get to. But if we keep saying, making excuses all the time, oh, I can't do this because of this, I can't do this because, well, you're an excuse. And I don't believe in excuses. So we keep badgering about our infrastructure is not good. Yes, I get that. But us individual players, we have to look upon ourselves. Gambians, when we have something little, we're content with that. We don't move, we don't push. So a Gambian player can come to Europe and earn £3,000 a month. That's nothing, really. Well, it's something in Gambia. But you have to push that. Don't contend with that £3,000. The likes of Yaya Toure, who are earning £250,000 a week, they're not better than us. You understand? So for a Gambian to come and be earning £3,000 a month and said, yep, I've made it, I'm content with that. So you don't push the next level to get to the top. And this is the problem we have. And you have to look at yourself. That's where the problem starts. Don't look at anybody else. Don't look at this Joe Bloggs. Look at yourself, accept your responsibilities, then move forward. If you want to better yourself, you've got to look at yourself in the mirror first. Now, as I said earlier, we have a game 72 hours in Gambia, and our girlfriends coming to the camp to see us. How are we going to perform? That's one aspect. 3 hours before a game, we're eating rice. How are we going to perform? You know, you have to. So there are so many things. Nutritionist is vital. Professionalism. Oh, there's so many things. That's why I said, do we have time? That is the problem. It's the problem. And until we rectify that upon ourselves, we've got a long, long way.
I had a question for you though.
Yeah.
Might be going slightly left, I'm not sure, a bit controversial.
Yeah.
But you know, Africa, a lot of African countries always seem to go and get a European coach to come in.
Yeah.
And I guess they're looked on as a kind of the white saviour, and they come in. A lot of the time they don't really produce anything in particular. Is that a help or a hindrance for I guess for Gambia in particular?
It helps and it can hinder. It helps, for example, if you're going to get a top coach who's done all his license and is a top coach, he can only help and help the team. But if you've got a coach that has got their badges or who's nobody in terms of his career and whatever, then he's going to hinder because people ain't going to respect. For a player, as a coach, you need to be respected. Now, if you're I'm a professional player, and if you're my coach, you need to back up what you're telling me because I'm playing the game as well. So if you're telling me something that I ain't got a clue about, I'm not going to respect you. So this is the thing that I would say it can help and also.
Hey guys, so we're just going for a quick break, but we'll be right back.
Yo, this one for a blessed Gambia. The more we work together, the more we celebrate. The more we come together, the more we celebrate. Come on, let's get together. There's a place I love to be. The Gambia, the Gambia. Morning sun right by the beach. The Gambia, the Gambia. All this love, come share with me. The Gambia, the Gambia. Land of peace and prosperity. The Gambia, the Gambia. It's the only feeling that can make you strong. This is where you and I belong. Dance to the rhythm of the beautiful song. Come on.
There is a land not far away, where the sea meets the shore on a golden beach, where the river flows through the forest in 1,000 creeks, a place where people smile and say hello. Welcome to the Gambia, the smiling coast of Africa. The Gambia is the destination for a fabulous holiday. A love of nature is in the soul of the country. The many forests and parks teem with wildlife. Up in the trees, red and green monkeys gather and sometimes come down to play. Other natives of this forest are perhaps shy. If you love birdwatching, this is one of the best places in the world to see them. Over 560 species live in and migrate to our land. Organised tours with expert guides make it easy to spot some of the many rare species which abound in the forests. If it is luxurious surroundings and a warm welcome you're looking for, this is the perfect place. On the golden sands by the mighty ocean, our fabulous hotels offer everything modern travellers would expect. High quality, attention to detail, personal service and more. Imagine a private retreat buried deep in the forest. A special place to relax, recharge and get in touch with our culture and nature. So go discover the smiling coast of Africa.
Ladies and gentlemen, Interface Gambia TV is back again to recognize the fantastic work by professionally and hardworking individuals. Friday, 20th of June 2019, we will begin with an award night and a welcoming canopy. Dinner dance from 8 p.m. till 1 a.m. Live at King George, 713 Eastern Avenue, Ilford, London, IG2 73H. Please be there on time. We are going to recognize and create platforms within our society and give opportunity to upcoming young people. Saturday, 29 June, UK's Gambian Fashion Runway Show, live at the King George 713 Eastern Avenue, 7RH with Gambian's top fashion designers and a welcoming cocktail refreshment. Come and support. See for yourself. Elegant fashion and designs from the smiling coast of Africa, 8 p.m. till 1 a.m. Sunday, 30th fashion exhibition with all the top designers and kids from Day Bouncy Castle, face painting and food stalls at the Bowling Barking Road, London, E6, 1PW from 3 p.m. till 10 p.m. It's just a one ticket for all events. People over 25 years, £35. Under 25, £25. Those under 15, only £15. These tickets are only available online for now and the offer ends May 28. For more info, please visit www.ukgambianfwe.co.uk. It's a red carpet door with a welcoming canopy. For table booking, please contact Ticket Box Office 0208 998 1007 or 07538 103 379. Interface TV. With us, the Gambia Chikau Chikanam Rek. This event is powered by Gambia High Commission London, Gam Design, Small Wall Money Transfer, the Pregame Hotel, Northern Garden Services, Mr. Jamil Trawale, Jollof Flavors, Juve Hair Beauty Salon, IKEA Resource, Mr. Young's Dabo, Jesse Event, Global Properties, and Suma Africa Online Newspaper.
You can be me when you look this clean. I'm a classic man.
Welcome back from the break, guys. We're still here with Festus and Cherno talking about his journey in football. And at the same time,
but the fundamental problem we have is we're not honest to ourselves. That's the problem. Unfortunately, we're not honest to ourselves. You know this is white, but you say no, this is not white, this is black to suit you. That's not right. And what I would say, I used to say this and people used to laugh at me and say, I used to say, I don't think we'll qualify for African Cup of Nations or World Cup. Those people that will make us qualify, they're not born yet. I used to say this 10 years ago. And the people used to laugh at me. We're 10 years now and we still have
here.
Hopefully on Friday they might
do something.
We'll get qualified. But there's so many aspects that needs to be rectified before we even think about anything. And even if we qualified now, the root of the problem is still there. So we might qualify, yes, we'll be happy, but we'll go and come back probably because the problem is still there upon ourselves. The GFA has a balance and one side to do what they need to do, and us players has one side to do what we need to do, and this is the problem.
Okay. Yeah. And you are on the path of becoming a coach. Would you ever take on that role in Gambia?
Yeah, eventually. Yeah, but my main focus now is working in the academies here, learn my trade, do the things that is right, learn from my mistakes when I was playing, smell the grass here instead of, before you run you have to walk. So I'm not just going to get up and take that right now because I'm not equipped and ready yet. I need to learn my trade here, make my mistakes in terms of the pitch, learn from my experience, and then eventually, yes, I will love to give it a shot. Yeah, if I'm welcome.
Good, hopefully you will. Which leads on to more about the book. What do you expect the readers to learn from it?
A lot from Cherno Samba. My life. There was 2 reasons why I wrote the book, and one of the reasons was I wanted to get my frustration out. I wanted to tell my story in terms of what's happened to me and what I did and what I should have done and all that stuff. And it's been a therapy for me, the book, you know. So that was one of the reasons why I came up with the book. And the second reason was for the next generation of human beings, not just footballers, but human beings generally. They can read that book and say, right, I want to do it this way. Because if I do it this way, I will get to the top. Or if I do it that way, then I won't get anywhere. So they can learn from my mistakes, learn from everything that I went through, and then hopefully, if I can help one person,
you've done it.
I've accomplished what I went.
And how hard or easy is it to be 100% honest? Because you said that you learned some stuff in the book. So what was that like?
How do you mean? So,
like, because you said you didn't know about his incident.
No, I did. Yeah.
So
when you read the book,
so when you were writing it, how honest did you want to be?
I wanted to be.
We had to hold some stuff back.
I was so honest that my team behind me had to say, right, whoa.
So it would have been, honestly, it would have been double the size. Trimming it down, there was a lot of wars that we had. Some late nights. Bro, you can't say that. And it's like, well, it happened. But the fact is, some of the individuals that he mentioned, like, I don't want to. It would have been serious.
Football people, people that are in the game that you see on the TV every week in, week out.
Yeah, so I don't want those problems. He didn't mind, but I
because I thought honesty is everything, and my team had to hold me back and say, look, I know you're honest, but just calm down a little bit.
Because it turned into therapy. Like, obviously the biographer who was taking all the notes to transcribe and put in the book, I'm just sitting there, sometimes with my mouth open like, damn. And you just be flying for hours and hours and hours just getting all the stuff out. And when you hear some of the, like, I know some of the stories in, you know, incidents of other players and stuff, but some of the stuff is crazy. And I had to keep reminding myself, he was so young when all this stuff was going on. So when some of these footballers spin out of control, I have sympathy.
Because you understand.
I fully understand why. Like, sometimes the people, and I say men, the men around you aren't for you. They want to know what they can get from you, and you don't see the kind of strings they're pulling until you've spun out or done some weird stuff, or you've signed stuff over to them. It's just, there's a darkness. I know I don't want to get too kind of, but there's a darkness to football that.
It's not as easy as people think.
It's really, it's unfortunate, and it's
glamorous. We only see the
from a certain perspective.
Exactly. And the great goals and the
Gillette adverts and stuff.
You know, but it can be lonely for players sometimes. And they haven't got people around them. Like, I guess over the years, we've just got closer and closer and closer. But as he was saying, he's written this for the next generation. Not even just footballers. There are people out there who don't have anyone to talk to. And I think the attitudes towards mental health is changing now. The landscape is very different now. And people are encouraged to talk. There's a weird side to it. People are talking a bit too much. And getting a bit, some people are pretending that there's no real mental health. Don't do that. There's a genuine, it's good that even within our own culture, I'm seeing a slight change where
you couldn't talk about that. There was just
but there's a reason he didn't talk about that at that time, because our culture,
because he didn't know how to. I guess
you're perceived as weak. You know,
and that was the problem. That was the problem for me. It's like you be looked upon as weak and stuff. And I think I was weak for not speaking out.
That's the truth. Things like depression occurs. And people think of people who are depressed like,
you can't see depression. And
it's a thing where you can swing into it and swing out. And sometimes you don't even know you were depressed. Like I look back on my life, I'm like, there were certain times it was dark. You know.
And the thing is, what a lot of people think, you get all this fame and all this money and all these nice houses, nice cars, and they feel you should be all right. And it's
more money, more problems.
And yes, I had all that. I have all that, but there was time where I just felt depressed, and I'm a human being. I just felt depressed. So. I can talk about it now. That's the past. It's then.
But it's important for young people to be able to talk about it now, because you can save lives with this kind of just by opening your mouth and speaking. And fine, you can speak to your club and the football. I mean, even like at home. Now I see that I'm Ghanaian, and our cultures are very similar in the way that the hierarchy, and you just have to be, to carry yourself a certain way. But surprised how many parents now just chat to their kids.
It's important.
Are you all right? What's going on? Like I've got 4 kids of my own, and my oldest son, he's turning 14 next week, and I just chat with him sometimes.
It's important.
Just chat with him. Whereas I used to get spoken to by my parents, just spoken to. Go and do this, go and do it. But now kind of comes, and even if he's chatting a bag of nonsense, I'm just listening. Because I've got to pick up the bits where, it's important.
Something might be going on,
And if this book helps that movement, then it can only be a good thing. Don't get me wrong, you're always going to have the fakers. If it helps, then that's something. It's a great thing.
And I think it is important, especially as men growing up.
Most definitely.
Black men especially.
Even like if a boy cries, like, why are you crying? Boys don't cry, kind of thing. So I think it's very important to put that message out.
That's mad that you say that. Because
we thought to be strong.
And to hide everything. And in this day and age of social media, where everything's pretend, like you be scrolling like, oh, their life is so good, like you don't even
comparing it to your own life.
Phones, like it's all fake. So
I love social media, but it's all fake
at the same time.
Like we talk about it all the time. Like, it's like the other day we had a friend of ours, not a friend, but another
associate,
and you see him on social media and he's
wilding out,
he's going here, he's doing this, and then he called me over there and asked to borrow me for money.
Like he's living life on social media.
He's living life on social media.
On the gram, he's the guy.
And then,
but then you wonder, like, who is that for? Like,
it's weird. But then he calls him, can you lend me some money? Really? Yeah, I'm broke. Like it's hard out here.
So
but it's kind of scary. Like kids are growing up with that. So that's going to be all they know at the same time. So I think sharing stories like this is definitely brings people to and like it's normal to go through things. To be.
It's normal to not have stuff.
Exactly.
Like it's okay to not have things,
Exactly. And even if you do, you don't have to showcase it to the whole world.
Chill.
Because like I think the biggest takeaway probably is nothing lasts forever. Like you can be on 100 today and then tomorrow is like
it's all gone.
Absolutely.
All the people are gone. So
absolutely,
it's just
there's no condition that's permanent.
But I feel like a lot of people don't realise that there's all this societal pressure, which is why a lot of people do what they do on social media and stuff like that.
I might just be saying this because I'm black, but I find that our people have it worse.
100%.
Because obviously I don't know the white experience, but it just seems that we have it worse. Because I know we like to look good and style and all that. But on social media we go to 10. Like it's really fake.
It's so fake.
Like it's actually quite scary when you see people rocking like £800 shoes, but you know that their parents are living in the council. What we do?
It doesn't make sense.
Nah, and it's
priorities are all over the place.
And to maintain that lie, you will do the maddest things. And some people are doing some dark stuff to
just to keep that
image,
which is sad.
It is sad.
But
perpetuate.
You've just got to be you've got to be sensible, and it's difficult, for the young kids now because it's very hard to get through to them, and so you have to have a mindset of what you want, follow your goal, and just go for it because the sky is the limit for everyone. I hate giving up. I hate people who just say, God decide, not man. You know, so as long as, you know, what I say to myself and I say to everyone is, don't foul any human being. Make sure you look after your parents. Pray to God. There's nothing you should fear. These are the 3 things that I always say to myself. So I tell people that I speak to, which is pray to God, don't foul no human being, i.e., you know, don't do nothing bad to human being, and look after your parents. If you do these 3, you've got a long way to go. And
that's nice. Stop you. It's nice now because he does a lot of talks now. Like, he goes around. He was in
Dartmouth University
in where is it? It's America University in the States, and talking to all these smart people that they know everything, but yet they come to him after, like, thank you for that, meant a lot. Talking to some young people that are in, like, he does work. He's an ambassador for Football for Peace. It's a big charity, and he does little talks to some young, and that kind of stuff, giving back is like
came the other time. So he's playing these things.
But that stuff is, there's no, you can't put a value on that.
Exactly. It's very necessary.
It is, especially now.
It's needed and definitely needed.
So, what is it like now when people hear you sharing your story? And I'm sure there's a lot of people that resonate with it.
Yeah, they're moved. Some of them, they're moved. And some of them, I can see that they will learn from me and take advice of what I can give them, because I've been there. I've been there, done it. I've been in the system. I've been there, done it, got the t-shirt. So there's not a better person to tell these people what to do and what not to do. You know, if I wasn't somebody that's done it, then if I'm telling someone, then you might say, well, you haven't experienced that. But I've experienced it. I've experienced all the good, all the bad. You know, so some of them take it on board, and you know, I get calls everywhere. You know, America, Germany, Sweden, China. I even speak Spanish. he gets wound up sometimes. Everything goes to him, so he just has to deal with them and say, like, this person, we need to do this. So, but you know, it's, if I can help, then I'm open to help anybody.
And I think it is definitely doing something, because I remember when your story first came out, like, a lot of the aunties and uncles in the Gambian community were talking about it, because obviously you're Gambians. My mum actually first told me about Chenro because he came on the news and everything, and then she started calling, like, her friends, and everyone was talking about it. So it definitely is doing something, like, pushing somewhere.
Affects me more. I love that when our people, like, it resonates. Don't get me wrong, it's nice. Everyone, I can't got your book. But when our, like, family members are like my dad.
No, he was getting crazy.
When I showed my dad the Sky Sport on BBC, one of the clips, and he was like, Jono, this little boy running around this thing, and he's gone through that, and they just, for them, they feel so, like, it's just nice. They're so relieved that we're okay, and it's just, I love that. It's nice to see it in their eyes, because you know, a lot of the choices and decisions that they made weren't the best. They tried the best. They tried to raise us the best way they could, with all the constraints that were in place, but
it pays off.
And it's nice that you hear that.
And it's nice because you're happy to talk about it. And we've seen you two went through a journey, and you've seen it all, and you're here to tell it, so I think that's what makes them even more.
I think some people are quite scared to talk about it as well, so maybe that's why it doesn't get out of there.
Well, hopefully things like this will
open up doors.
You got to have confidence. You have to. I'm always a confident
person.
It is what it is. Like, I don't know. You know, it is what it is.
You fall down and you get back up.
That's it. Simple. You know, I've been battered and stamped, and it's been hard.
Don't get me wrong, it'd be worse though. If you was here and it's like life was rough, guys, it went wrong. That's what you do. It's like nothing. But that's the beauty of life.
You have to get up. If you don't get up, who's gonna get you up? So you have to dust yourself and keep
get up. 100%.
That's where faith comes in.
Exactly. That's what I was just about to say.
It's a huge part.
It's important to have your faith, because I've been battered and stamped, as I said, and he's been there with me throughout. God, he's been there with me throughout, and he's never let me down. Sometimes it's a test. You know, we're Muslims, Christian, whatever. It's a test, and you have to have patience in him, believe him, and just carry on. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
No matter how long it is. Because whatever he's put in there for you, you'll get it, you'll reach it. So don't be, because some people, they run before they walk. You know, I always say to people, life is a marathon. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. We might start and you go, woof, you just left me. I'll be walking, doing the right things. I'll come and catch you and overtake you. So,
but pray for you as you get.
So when you start in life and people have gone past you or whatever, don't look upon them to say they've gone past you and you're not doing nothing with your life, and it makes you think, oh, what am I doing? No. Steady the ship. You carry on doing what you're doing. You're at uni. Do your uni, carry on doing. You've got a process. You've got a strategy that you're going to get to. So don't worry about her or him. Let her go or let him go. You know your philosophy. You know what you were trying to get. Believe in him. Have patience in him and just keep going. Trust me. You go past him and overtake him. But a lot of people don't realize this. They think they just have to get up and run before they walk. And when they run, they drop. They think that's the end of it. Get up and just keep going. Just keep going.
Faith is extremely important.
It's very important.
A lot of young people are forsaking that just for that quick
5 minutes of banking.
That quick, they're doing the what, like
crazy things.
You know what hurts me now is that a lot of young people are doing really dark things, and the whole devil stuff. I'm not like, I don't play that. I never have. I remember even in school, random one, but you know Ouija board.
Yeah.
I never forget in school, the kids that played with it, like, do you want to come and play? I said, for what? And they were putting their hand, things moving around. I said, no, I'm not interested. No word of a lie. All those young people that did that, their life is not. I don't play with that kind of stuff. And a lot of young people now, because they want those quick wins, they're doing all the judge stuff and putting on social media what they're doing. Like they're doing their rituals on social media. It scares me so much. I don't even want to see it.
It's funny we're saying it because when we was growing up, we had friends that used to do all sorts of things. Go robbing. We were young and they were bringing home like 200, 300, 400 pounds those days.
That was a lot of money back in those days.
Give us like £5. You know what I mean? Like £3 a week. You understand? And when I used to go football training, and he would go to the library, I'll never forget this. They used to stop us. I said, where you lot going? So I got to go football training. And they're like, oh, you lot idiot, man. You lot a waste, man. Look at him with his books. Look at you with your football boots. And look at him with his bag and his drinks. So he would go to the library, I'll go to my training. Today, those boys that were earning those sort of money and we were going to earn, they come to us.
Well, some of them are dead.
Some of them are dead. Some of them come to us now and beg us. Literally beg us. They're all drugged up. They're gone. So this is what I'm talking about. Marathon. At that time, if we would have followed them as well, because they're bringing that sort of money at that young age, where would we be?
Could have been in the same position.
But we knew where we wanted. We knew where.
At the time, I don't think we knew what. It's weird. At the time, I don't know if we knew what we wanted.
We did.
You just know that you didn't want to be where they are.
That's what scared me. I'm not like taking knives and jump. I'm not interested in that. Plus, I'll keep it real. My dad. I was scared of my dad. I was scared of my dad before police. We used to get stopped by the police car raid in South London. I didn't care. Just don't say you're going to tell my dad. Seriously,
you get feared.
Nah, and that always, it's funny even now. As old as I am, my dad calls my name in a certain way. I'm like, what's up? You know, like it's real.
Respect. That's what you have that. But the kids nowadays, they don't have the respect. They're all over the place. So hopefully, some of them will get this book, read it, and learn from it, and just change their perspective of life.
And where can people find your book to read it?
Chernasambo.co.uk. Chernasambo.co.uk. They buy it from there. He'll sign it. And,
Oh, nice, signed as well. Oh, good. And where can people find you guys on social media if they want to follow you and see where you're talking and stuff?
I'm on Twitter.
Samga FC.
Yeah, and I'm on Instagram.
China_sound.
I've got a Facebook page.
Just China sound.
So my team runs everything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, that's amazing. Thank you guys so much. It's been such an amazing conversation.
It's been good. And you know, just want to say last thing where I think what you guys are doing is really good.
It's amazing.
And we need more of these sort of platforms to, you know, galvanize the Gambian community, African at large. I think this is great, and I will say this here. I've spoken to BBC, Sky Sports, CNN, Fox News, all around the world, and this is the most comfortable, best interview that I've done, and I mean that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's been amazing, guys.
Thank you guys, and thank you guys for watching Halija Clem. Thank you guys so much.
I was so interested. I couldn't even like.
Ladies and gentlemen, Interface Gambia TV is back again to recognize the fantastic work by professionally and hardworking individuals. Friday, 20th of June 2019, we will begin with an award night and a welcoming canopy dinner dance from 8 p.m. till 1 a.m. live at King George, 713 Eastern Avenue, Ilford, London, IG2 73H. Please be there on time. We are going to recognize and create platforms within our society and give opportunity to upcoming young people. Saturday, 29 June, UK's Gambian Fashion Runway Show live at the King George 713 Eastern Avenue, 7RH with Gambian's top fashion designers and a welcoming cocktail refreshment. Come and support. See for yourself. Elegant fashion and designs from the smiling coast of Africa, 8 p.m. till 1 a.m. Sunday, 30th fashion exhibition with all the top designers and kids from Day Bouncy Castle, face painting and food stalls at the Bowling Barking Road, London, E6, 1PW from 3 p.m. till 10 p.m. It's just a one ticket for all events. People over 25 years, £35. Under 25, £25. Those under 15, only £15. These tickets are only available online for now, and the offer ends May 28. For more info, please visit www.ukgambianfwe.co.uk. It's a red carpet door with a welcoming canopy. For table booking, please contact Ticket Box Office 0208 998 1007 or 07538 103 379. Interface TV. With us, the Gambia Chikau Chikanam Rec. This event is powered by Gambia High Commission London, Gam Design, Small Wall Money Transfer, the Pregame Hotel, Northern Garden Services, Mr. Jamil Trawale, Jollof Flavors, Juve Hair Beauty Salon, IKEA Resource, Mr. Young's Dabo, Jesse Event, Global Properties, and Suma Africa Online Newspaper.